What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of my HLTV Fantasy. Today we are looking at IEM Rio 2022 Champions Stage. I made a video on my pick'ems. It's gonna give a bit of an idea of what I'm probably gonna do in this lineup for the fantasy. We can check a couple of my previous fantasies. So we got the Legend Stage 1. Didn't do too well. NIP letting me down. Simple was fine, kind of saving me completely. Bit was meh. They went 3 and 2, so you can't expect much. 1 point. Great. Doesn't matter anymore. All in all, I'm in terms of fantasy, I'm not gonna make it to the top 10. It's not happening. What I'm hoping for is that my friend Kufdon gets at least to the money places. He still has a chance to make it to the top as well. Man, really hoping that he does well. But for me, the rest of the fantasy season is all about winning actual events, actually winning an event, or getting at least the top 3 for the prizes. I didn't actually check the prices here. We have a Bowie knife, Navaja knife, gut knife, field tested crimson webs. Decent. We can take one of those if we win. But we need to make the correct picks for that. We need to make a bit of a gamble. Especially when you want to win, you usually need to make a bit of a gamble. Just don't go for the most picked players. Only the most picked players. I wouldn't go for Nafani, Shiro, Perfecto, Simple, and someone as a lineup, for example. Or Nafani, let's say Inter's Hobbit, Perfecto, Simple, Caserado. Probably doesn't make sense as a lineup. So who do I think has the lowest amount of, who do I think is picked not that much, but has a good chance of making it through? I think Heroic, and I think Outsiders. Those are the two teams that I sent to the semis, but who didn't make it to the finals in my pick'ems. I think I want to go for Outsiders possibly here. Or I could go for C9 and Heroic. Makes sense as a lineup. But that has the problem of C9 being extremely overpicked in my opinion. I don't think it's this, even though I picked C9 to win the whole event, I don't think this is how much you should pick C9. I think Navi is slightly underpicked. I think Outsiders is probably decently underpicked, and then Heroic makes sense as a pick as well. But I think we are going with Outsiders. Who has been doing the best out of the Outsiders in this major so far? We can check that out. So Flit, decent. Kiekert, pretty poor. Jame, usually pretty consistently. Oh man, that's a good event for James so far this event. Keep him in mind. I believe Norbert's not being very good. And Fame probably pretty good. Yeah, Fame pretty damn good. Whereas Norbert has not been great. So based on that, I think just Jame Fame makes a lot of sense. The two aims. We have a main op here. Easy main op. Easy saver booster. And then Fame probably headshots. Based on that headshot percentage, usually you want to go for that. Unless we have like a bit on our team as well. But yeah, double Outsiders is a gamble, of course. But I think it makes sense as a gamble. And then the question is like, who do we want on top of them? We could go C9, in which case we have like... no, wait, we can't go C9, of course. But we could go Navi, in which case we have the chance to go for a simple lineup. Like Simple, Perfecto. Do we have anyone that cheap? We don't. Okay. So we can't go for these two and Simple. We could go Bit for 205,000. Seems like underpriced. Could go Perfecto. Perfecto usually does pretty damn well for himself. He's been really good this event, whereas Bit not that much. How about Electronic? Electronic's also been very good. It could be like Electronic Bit, and then one of the cheap players. It's a possibility. Instead, I think I'm just gonna go for double heroic. Just based on the fact that the player price is a bit lower. Like Yabi, he's been having a good event, right? I'm not like the best event. How about Shush? Shush had at least one really good. Yeah, at least one really good map, I remember. If you go for these two, 186, you could go for an Inters. SS is 204. Can we go? No, not quite. 1 grand off, right? We can switch around these players if we want, but I would like to stay with you two. We don't have to have Kadian in the team. We could go Stav and Yabi, but that's leaving a lot in the bank. Tessa, Shush. Probably rather have Kadian Shush though. Kadian's actually had some maps here. Yeah, he's been pretty good. For course, quite consistently pretty good. Of course, usually when you think of heroic, they don't make it that far in the playoffs. So we could still go for, like, the player prices aren't that crazily different between heroic and Navi, to be honest. Like, I'm not super opposed to something like this. Oh, we could get Yabi as well. It's a pretty spicy lineup if Bit gets back to where he was last major. He was great in the RMR, but that was just pretty much destruction from Navi. Do I want to gamble on Bit? I could gamble on Bit. Then we could have CT rating, Fame, Bit as headshots, Perfecto IGL probably. And then Yabi as... yeah, that's the problem. What do you throw on Yabi then? It's not really the greatest fifth in terms of role. But I don't know if that matters as much. I think I'm going with this for the fantasy lineup. I think it makes a good amount of sense. I think Perfecto is maybe underrated a bit. Perfecto and Yabi are the only ones I have from here. I don't think that matters that much. I think the big thing is that we have outsiders as a pick, which is not a common pick. Let's put it that way. So main op every time. Then should be headshots every time. CT rating order. Do we have multi-fragging on these guys? So CT would be better. What do I throw on you? How good is Camper? Pretty decent. Like if we had double ops and Jame Camper, it's kind of enticing me back into going for heroic. I kind of want to have... You know what? I'm actually gonna go for double heroic because I want to have Camper Jame. So Kadian. Do I really want to do that? I think I do. I really think I do want to do that. How about something like this? So this is what I had earlier as well. I think it's good. Yeah. I think we do this. So it's just roll-wise so much better because we have Camper on Jame. We have Kadian main op. We have support Inters. We have headshots on Fame. And then we have, I guess, CT rating on Shush. Oh no, we can have IGL Shush. Is IGL Shush better than... well, it is. If Heroic make it to the finals, it's probably better than CT rating Shush. Okay, let's go with this. I like the roles so much more. I just like the lineup, I guess. let's see. Boosters. We get 2, 4, 5, 10, 14 boosters basically. If everything goes correctly, and that's all that matters. 14 boosters, 3 boosters not to be used. Probably no Rambo. No Ace. No 30 bomb, I suppose. Choke is more likely than 30 bomb, yeah. So I think Spirit Flash Assist makes some sense. KSD should be used early. Inter's KSD. He's usually a good KSD player. I mean, James could be as well, but of course with the Saber. I mean, old games are pretty tough. I'll go Shush Avenger. Old games are best of 3 as well. 46 with that. It really doesn't matter that much. I'll go for that, and then headshots, yeah, it's on him. Nade kill is, yeah, okay. So it's these 3 that we don't use. The nade kill we want to use eventually. Top of scorecard, Fame more likely than Jame. Saver, of course, not Choke. Bottom is, yeah. Could go for that. Jame not a pistol player, not really. What am I throwing on Jame? Like, it could be top of scorecard if we want. It's a 1% like difference, doesn't really make a big difference. Saver, of course, eventually on Jame. You know, let's go top of scorecard for Jame. It's a pretty small difference, 1% of whether it makes a difference or not. But yeah, that's the lineup. I'm pretty happy with it. It is risky, but you know, you need to take risk in this, and also the event has been so unpredictable that risk is probably the only way to really do damage. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you didn't check out my Pick'ems video, go check that one out. If you like this kind of content and would like to see more of it in the future, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.